So on our Suburban, this handle kind of broke. I have to glue it back. It's made out of plastic. The whole thing's all plastic. So I have to glue it back, and so now it doesn't stay tied up against the thing because the spring is not in the right spot. So it hangs out like this all the time. And I hope not much water got in, because this has a seal on it that plugs the hole to where you can it keeps it all dry and stuff. So, but it still works, you know. Okay, let me get my tools, and we're gonna pull off this door panel to access the bolts that hold this on, and I can pull it out and change. All right, today we're gonna change out this broken door handle on this 2013 Chevy Suburban. Let me go get my tools. To do this job, you're gonna need a couple tools. You need a Phillips head screwdriver, something with a 10mm socket, a little tiny prying hook like this. I think they call this a sheep's foot. And then a pry bar for your door panels. So first thing, come over here. There's a little notch down here. Put it under there, and you can pull that off. 10mm bolt right there. You come over here. Down here, just gonna slip it under. Pull this out. There we go. And there's two 10mm bolts down there. I thought, well, I just think on the other one. I think that, never mind. You don't need this. You don't need the screwdriver. You just need something with a 10mm socket on it. If you ever have to buy one socket to rule them all, get a 10mm socket. It will dismantle most of your car. Hold on, I'm gonna go get a magnet to put in here. I have one that's 3/8 of an inch, and it should fit inside this socket. Magnet doesn't fit inside the socket like I hoped, but I'm just gonna put it close to the tip. So when I undo, there's some bolts that hold on the handle, and I can't get my hand in there. So I want the bolt to stay with the socket when I take it out. But if in case that doesn't happen, I do have this slightly extendable magnet head where I can reach in the bottom of the door and pull out the bolt that falls in. Because it will happen. Now, let's start taking some of this apart. All right, you want to come out? Take this out. Oh, looks like that got broken off at one point in time. This car is 11 years old, so stuff does break on it whenever you start to pull it apart, so I'm not too worried about it. And I usually, when I pull off the door panels, I usually start like somewhere right here. Oh, hold on, one more thing I have to pull off. I have to pull this off. So it has a little notch. Okay. That just slides off. And then go crawl underneath the other car to get it. There you go. This where it doesn't get lost. Okay. Once you get a little bit of crack, you can usually pry it with your fingers. Just wiggle it just a little bit, and then this after all comes down, and then there's one bolt through this hole and one bolt through this hole. Nope, that ain't gonna, that's not gonna work because it's just gonna stick to the door panel. Oh, I'll just see a little short bolt. I have another one in here. Kind of push that out of the way. Second bolt out. Glad I didn't drop it in. So now let's lift this up so it doesn't drag on me. Go. Now this. Just kind of slides in. Come on. Come on there. So you got, so I need to get this lock out. It's just held in the clip. So this is my lock cylinder. I can stay right there. This comes out. And you can kind of see the repairs I made with some super glue and baking soda. I put a little bit of lube on it so that it would kind of hold in, but there's something that goes across all this. Let me go get the new one. This, I don't know if this is even genuine GM, but the new one's a little different. Okay, so I always get parts like this off of Rock Auto. This one's made by Dorman. The reason why I use Rock Auto is because they actually have like all the part numbers and everything for things that fit your car. You can select it by car. So if I want to change it out, well, like if I know that, like, because like the Suburban and the Silverado, they're mostly the same. And so if I want to change something out from the Suburban, and I want the Silverado part, I can go select that and know exactly what part it is and everything. But yeah, so this is the new one. You can see how these are different a little bit. You know, you can see this, the spring right here is held kind of captive, whereas this one is kind of like all wonky donkey. So that's why it wasn't returning back. Whereas this one, it has a good relief on it. So brand new handle, slightly different color chrome though, but that might just be whatever. But I believe this car was wrecked on the driver's side, and so this might be this probably an aftermarket, cheap aftermarket. Made in Taiwan. This one's made in Taiwan. I'm just gonna hold on. I'm going to get a little bit of lubricant. I like to lube things up if I have the chance. I'm gonna lube it up. I'm just gonna come here. Just come on. Wipe it clean. If it's been kind of And this is just some white lithium grease. I use this on plastic to metal parts. That way, you don't need a lot, just to where it just kind of smears on there. And put a little bit in this little hole. That's all I'm using, you know, just enough. Like this, and I'll stick it on. Okay, this thing. Usually when you slide these things, there we go. Like this thing should be able to slide right back in. It'll pop. It will just pop in. No need to. See, now I got my keyhole back. So I get everything back in. There we go. I think that's gonna. Sounds like it's working. Okay, let me get some bolts in. Okay. Get this back bolt in. Just make sure everything's still kind of lined up before I screw down the other one. Maybe one day we'll swap out all the handles. Make sure they're all the same. Does that sound good? Yeah, they feel solid. All this is on now. Yeah. Yeah, see this one, it's like, it has a good hinge on it. Whereas this one is all wobbly. This one looks like it's made different. Like this one, like over here, it's all, see how this, so now we need to put back on the door panel. This was still stuck in there. I'm gonna check for any more that may have been left in there. Don't really see anything. So we're just gonna put that aside. I'm gonna pull this up, and that was here. Brayden, we're not going to Pop-Pop's house.
I want to.
Brayden, Pop-Pop's house is far away.
Yes, earlier you told me I want to go to the Pop-Pop house.
No, I'm not going to Pop-Pop's house.
Earlier you say...
No, I didn't say that. Kind of a pain in the butt because it goes...
That's a pain in the butt.
Yes, it is. making sure it's all tight everywhere. Then we get our other 3 bolts to hold this on. They don't have to be super tight. If you over tighten it, guess what? You're gonna strip out your bolts and it won't hold. Okay, last bolt. Okay, let's this thing, so you just slide it over. Oh, get it to where it's like that. Take a little tab. And it slides. Just push it right in. Now, and it holds. Put another clip for right here. This one goes like this. Maybe, yeah. There we go. And then this one, I'm actually wanting to fix this right here. So let me go get my tools for that. So this just kind of broke off in there. So wow, they have foam in here, cool. So I'm just gonna super glue this back on and hopefully it'll keep it from rattling. So I got this DAP Rapid Fuse super glue. It seems to hold pretty well. Get this all, I'm gonna put some just put a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to squeeze out. And then what I like about super glue is it doesn't really fuse until after it doesn't have any air. And then I blow, but it's not to get air on it, it's to get humidity on it. And that makes it cure. A bit more. It's just one of the glues that they have at Home Depot. So it's not like it works super well. Okay. Well, let's let that dry and I'll put it on in a little bit. Let me pick up my tools and stuff. Let's let that dry while I pick up my tools. So this is, it ain't super secure, but it's better than what it was, which was not secure. So I'm gonna put this on. There we go. Now we're all done. Let's test it. And it snaps back. That's so pretty. Yeah, this one, there's definitely some cheap brand, but yeah, so let me see if I can lock it. Yeah, so it's done. I put this one back in the old one back in the box and throw it all away. This handle was about $35, but I need a new one because I couldn't get
it was very tricky to get inside the car. So, bye-bye.